movement. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot, they like to claim this shit, they like to claim this thing. You know what I'm saying? They like to be a plug with their hands and have authority. They don't really need that authority, they don't really know what they do with that leadership. You understand? Your hands is why your ass need to stop and ask you. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. Nigga, I stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. So everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you. Drop this money, get serious. Boy, and they hit us with dope and kill us with crack. What the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. You catch down on your blood. You traded you in and bought a new bitch. Ask you the problems, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in the dreams. I tell you most, won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers trying to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed me up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world and don't go together. Know where it's going together. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil to score never seven. Ain't eating props. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the props. You know, like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and all your ass need to stop and ask you. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Ain't you the one y'all don't pray on our knees, nigga? Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I'm gonna step on the side of the show. The fake niggas stay silent. I got it. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking, but we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be low to the right now. Tell them we can't keep it slave. And I can never let bite off. Bite off. Got you, baby mother on high. Baby pass through the fire. Ask you the props. That make me so below to the Lord. I dare you to board it. You never will fail you, bitch. I can afford. I can best love you. Cause your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. And these stop and ask you the props.
That's just the reality, Christian. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years. But that's what the church is for. That's why they exist to lie. I know they got your problems.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. Nigga, I stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. I stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Shalom, Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yohana. Started out at 125th Street in Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We are the home of the truth. We are one body. We are the body of Christ. I want to start off by giving my brothers a salute. Shalom Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Shai Barakathon. Then I also want to give my sisters a salute. Shalom Yahweh, Ildatha, Ba'ashem, Barakatha. Today's topic is, I was asked, do we have good representation? Do Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans have good representation? People representing us to the heathens. And basically, we don't. Here in the I.S.U.P.K, we have excellent representation. But outside of that, as far as people in the political spectrum, no, they're all wicked and they're all serving their own agenda and their own lust, which is easy to prove. I mean, just look what happened since the Civil Rights March. Those guys all got their little cushy jobs where they were making $100,000 plus a year, and they went to promoting their agenda. Instead of being helping us, they went to promoting that 666,000's agenda. But, like I say, I don't like to take my word for it. We're going to get into it and see what this book has to say about it. 1 second. And I'm going to start off with Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. So this is what our book of records, our reference, what we use when we have questions, when we want to find out what should we do. This is our examples that we use. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Wow. Now that's heavy. You talking about a shot from the past. Just think about it, Black, Hispanic, Native American man. Just think about it. All this marching and civil rights, Black Lives Matter, don't shoot, all of this marching, Black Lives Matter. Come to find out, that's a transgender guy who made millions and just blew the money. He's doing strippers and all kind of craziness and wickedness this man did with that money. And he has still not been held accountable for that money. And it was millions. So no, the book is on point. We don't have good representation. Martin Luther King, what'd he say? I felt as though I had led my people into a burning house, caused us to err. There's another example right there. What's the latest thing we got going on in the political spectrum? Those brothers over there in Tennessee, with all the thing with the guns and what they were trying to get some sort of gun legislation going on. Which I understand where these brothers is coming from, but it's a little late for that now. So they just banned assault. Well, I'm not going to say banned, but they just stopped the sale of assault rifles in Washington. But the thing with me is there's already countless that's been sold. So now you have armed all these people with assault rifles, AR-15s, and you want to stop everybody else from getting them? When Edom is the main one doing these mass shootings with these assault rifles. Yeah, there is minorities, well, blacks and Hispanics, and that are doing mass shootings too, but a lot of that is gang related, but now this running into the schools like in Colorado, and other Sandy Hook, we had the one right here in Oregon. The the one where the man, woman, he, she, it, the latest one ran into the Christian school, and that's all because they're let's see, let me go here and see what it says. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. See, so it probably went to that school and was like, man, this is a bunch of lies. They got me messed up, couldn't handle its frustration, and went in there and shot up the school. And it's just happening several times. Now, how are we to counteract that if we don't have assault rifles? See, because in my opinion, hey, the gun is just like a pair of pliers or like a socket wrench. It's useless until you put it in your hands and use your hands to make it work. So, this is just it's just an illness in the society, and it's because they've learned that they have inherited lies. They've inherited lies. They know all this stuff that they've been told, that they've been taught in history is a lie. And when we try and bring out the truth, they want to call it critical race theory. So, the truth is the new hate speech. But not liking the truth is not going to change it into a lie. And loving the lie isn't going to turn it into the truth, So people could be like Donald Trump was saying, one of his representations was saying they've got alternative facts. Well, here in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yohana, we're going to give you the truth and nothing but the truth. So with that, I'm going to go here a little and there a little, because I also want to show that the New Testament pretty much backs up the Old Testament. The Old Testament reconfirms the New Testament. So I just left out of the Old Testament, and I'm going to go to Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. So let's go to the New Testament and see what the New Testament has to say about all this. Let's see what Matthew, what's going on here in Matthew. Now, this particular verse is marked in red. So this is our king. This is the anointed one speaking, Mashiach himself. Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets, Cleflo Dollar, TD Chase, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravaging wolves. Ravaging wolves. Don't keep the laws, don't keep the statutes, don't keep the commandments, and trying to teach you to do the same. Our people are destroyed because of these pastors in these churches. Our people are dying because they lack education. They're not getting the wisdom and the understanding in this book. So they're just out here any old kind of way. Then the kids is looking at the book like, oh man, they can read. And they're looking like, well, you're not doing nothing what that book says. This Christianity is bullshit. and they out there with that do as thou wilt attitude. And that's exactly what they're doing. Just look at it. Three youngsters killed out there in North Portland. Just gunned down, 15 to 17 years old. I think it was, what was it, 15, 17. And I'm not sure how old the other one was, but they were all young. Two high school kids, two high school, running around with pistols, creeping on people, trying to do drive-bys, and got shot up. And more than likely, their parents is in some sort of church. So what were they getting out of that church? Evidently, they weren't getting the information to teach their kids to keep their kids safe. So they're out there doing a drive-by, broad daylight, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They're cutting school. I guess the common thing around here now is to steal the Kia and to do a drive-by in it. Those three kids lost their life. Young. Could have been a benefit to our people. They could have done something great for the Israelite nation. But they'll never get the chance to now. And that all comes from our leaders causing us to err. They're leading us astray. They're ravaging wolves. They're taking the money and they're just giving you a feel-good speech. It's a feel-good speech. That's what it is. Because they know what they're doing. They know they're contradicting this book. They're contradicting this book. Why can't you keep the statutes, laws, and commandments? Here in the I.S.U.P.K, we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. What's so hard not to eat pork? Not to eat, that nasty. Me personally, I think crab stick is disgusting. Oh, it smells horrible. That and chitlins, it has a disgusting smell. There's nothing hard about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You already know that pork is hazardous to your health. Shellfish is hazardous to your health. The doctor will tell you that. Just you could Google it. You ain't even gotta ask the doctor nowadays. You could just Google it. And it'll tell you that it's not healthy and you should not eat it. It doesn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. So let me read that again. And I'm going to start at Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravaging wolves. I'm going to continue on to 16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistle? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. There it is. There, you nothing good is gonna come from that faulty leadership. Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, we've been traveling in the circle. We just have not been able to get out of the hole. We're going backwards. We were 20% black owned businesses to now we're down under 12%. So that's simple math. It don't take no rocket scientist to see that we are going in the wrong direction. And it starts with leadership and education. You know, teach your kid not to shoot my kid. I'm already teaching my sons not to shoot your sons. Teach them the reason why, consequences of their actions, the impact that they're having on our nation. Slock it 1 minute. Yeah, so this is Akeem telling you that, I mean, if your teachings are faulty, you're not going to bring forth good fruit. Um, we could just look around at what's going on in society. They're all running to these churches, and the churches is getting shot up. So that just shows you right there. That maybe that's not a good thing to do. You look at the Christian, the Catholic Church, where there are a bunch of pedophiles. What is it? They put the crosses on kids to to represent them as an easy mark for pedophilia. They're over there. The new pope they got now trying to cover up. He got caught up for trying to cover up for one of his buddies. They're disgusting. They don't want to sleep with a woman. They want to sleep with the little boys. So it's all kind of madness going on in there. Then you got Christianity is nothing but a break off of the Catholic Church. That's all it is. So, they're all just running around using this book as a form of control, but they're really not teaching the statutes, laws, and commandments. And that's what this book is all about. But with that, I'm going to go back to the Old Testament. I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. Yeah, they're using this book for their own agenda. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They had gone from the mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, you forgot where your resting place is, where you could go and get your peace of mind, where you could just rest your nerves, and this is what our so-called leaders have caused. Now we have all this hypertension, post-traumatic stress. You come to the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yohana. You will be able to rest your nerves. We will show you that these statutes, laws, and commandments will bring peace and comfort in your life. If you are tired of the chaos and the drama, turning your wheels and getting nowhere, buying all this stuff and you're still not satisfied, come to the I.S.U.P.K so that we can show you why. Because none of that stuff is going to bring you peace. None of it. Because no matter what, you're still going to be persecuted. Doesn't matter what you're driving. You still subject to be pulled over and harassed. You look at these celebrities we got now. I ain't heard nothing from Oprah Winfrey in a while since she pumped up Obama that didn't do shit for the Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. I used to ask people, what has he done for us? Somebody tried to tell me, oh, he got us medical. Nobody I know has it. I know I had to pay more money at work for it, but nobody that I knew had it. Nobody. They had people here in Oregon put in a lotto to get it, and they stuck their hand in a hat. And if you was one of the fortunate ones to get it, you was one of the fortunate ones. I think maybe 5 people I know of out of hundreds got medical. And I personally asked, I know some women that didn't have medical and they were having issues and they had to go to we got a sliding clinic around here, I think on Tuesdays. It's based off your income. So, people in Oregon are doing stuff like that, but that medical, it wasn't just readily supplied. So, no, he did not supply it for everything. Then we got who is this? These celebrities. We got Dwayne Wade. His son is what? Shoot, young. I think he's like 14 now. But at 12 years old, he got this boy running around in dresses. Talking about, oh, he identifies as a girl. How is he even old enough to identify sexually? He knows nothing about sex. And maybe you should teach him instead of letting him find out himself. And then that woman he married, Gabriella, that's not even her child. That's not even her child. And she's got that boy dressing up in dresses like it's okay. No, that's not okay. That is not okay. And that's what happens when we get away from this book, because our book tells us not to wear nothing that pertaineth to the woman. And the woman is not to wear nothing that pertaineth to a man. So, we don't be running around in no dresses, and high heel shoes. That's for women. Okay. Just madness out there when I turn on the TV. I very seldom watch TV now because, they're forcing that gay agenda, and there's too many commercials with men holding hands and kissing. Now, if that's what you want to do, that's your business. But I'm going to keep it real. I think it's disgusting. So most of the time I'm on the internet, to pull up my news, I just go to YouTube or go to one of my apps. Because it's disgusting. You're sitting there watching TV with your kids. Next thing you know, they show 2 men kissing. keep that to yourself. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Don't force your agenda on my kids. They're teaching the kids down there that they could choose their agenda. So now at high school, if they got boys trying to talk to boys and girls trying to talk to girls, and that's just like something that they're teaching and promoting and pushing. And everybody doesn't agree with that. Don't force your ways on everyone. So that was Jeremiah. I'm gonna read that again. That's Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherd has caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from the mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Yes, we have, because our resting place is with the Most High and Christ and in these statutes, laws, and commandments. And we have just really, really gotten far away from them. Just really, really gotten real far away from that. So with that, I'm going to go to 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store. Wait a minute. Salakia. That's chapter 3, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 17. Ye therefore, beloved, seeing ye know these things before, beware lest ye also, being led away with the error of the wicked, fall from your own steadfastness. So this is Peter warning us. Now that you know these things, beware. Don't fall into that trap. Now that you know, don't fall into the trap. This will keep you strong. This book will build up your immune system. This book heals all. This book will heal, whatever ails you. This is like, it's amazing. If you tried everything else, give this a try. Black people, what's that? The Nation of Islam, which is a break off from Muhammad, who didn't even like black people. He said, "Oh, I give the dark to hell and the light to heaven." So you're following that. I mean, you following somebody that was cursing you and saying that you offering you up to hell. What the heck? And that's the religion you want to follow? I just recently saw over there where something happened and they were trying to do their religious ceremony and cockroaches was everywhere. Something happened and it was just so many cockroaches running around. They couldn't even do their worship thing, whatever it is they do. walk around in a circle and kiss the rock. There's roaches running everywhere. So that just goes to show you that's not that's not that's not the truth. This is not the truth. With that, I'm gonna go to Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. All right. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So, you could be, hey, I understand, Jim and Bob, they've been cool. They've been looking out for you. Oh, Karen, she been, looking out for you whenever you need help. They're there to help you. But I bet you they wouldn't vote yes on reparations. If it came up for vote, oh, the country gonna go broke. You just it doesn't matter because everything is being done for the glory of the Most High in Christ. And if he says he's going to punish Bob and Karen, there's nothing you could do about it. You could go over there and stand with them and get punished too. Me personally, Bob and Karen is on their own. But what does it says? But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. The seed of the righteous is Israel, which is the Black, Hispanics, and Native American. We are the seed of the righteous. But don't get it twisted, because the righteous is going to be judged right along with the wicked. So, hey, man, you don't want to get bunched up with those people. We already been bunched up and pushed to the back of them all this time. So if you finally want to, instead of them having their foot on your neck, if you want to have your foot on their neck, and it's coming, because we have a righteous God, and he is going to issue out justice. If he didn't issue out justice for 400 years of slavery, he would not be a just God. And you could just look at what's going on right now. This country is falling apart. They got that, what's that new drug they got out? Trank. Oh boy, that trank is tearing them up. Then here in Portland, they just legalized mushrooms. So they've just a bunch of people just running around here hallucinating. It's crazy downtown Portland. It's complete madness and lawlessness. This is the society that they have created. They've got so many stolen cars, and it's so funny because they just had on the news yesterday, this Edomite was in the neighborhood and he was trying to steal cars One time they ran him off. Same guy in the same car. I'm sure that they had called the police on him. Police ain't came out and did nothing, and finally one of the guys took it into his own hands and went to tussling with the guy, threw the guy down, roughed the guy up a little bit. He didn't know that guy had a pistol. He reached up under his pulled out a pistol and went to dump it. Now this is all on camera. If the police would have came out and dealt with it the first time, that second incident wouldn't have happened. This man almost got shot. I think the guy really didn't want to shoot him. He's just trying to scare him. They're running around here. They just got some guy doing graffiti, and he's they went to his house, and he's got ghost guns everywhere. And we have a real high rate of stolen cars. So, the KKK and the skinheads, they running around here, they stealing cars and they doing dirt in them. And every time the police pull them over, they are shooting at the police. It's like the Wild Wild West in this city. I mean, it didn't really just got outrageous over here. It's complete lawlessness is what it is. Complete lawlessness and chaos. So safety is in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yohana. You want to keep your family safe? This is the place to be for the Black, Hispanic, and Native American men. This is where true and good leadership is. You want to know why? Because we have rank and order, which brings accountability. Christian church, they don't have no accountability. There's no accountability. Nobody's even gonna question that pastor. They're just sitting there just waiting to hear a feel-good story. They want to be prophesied smooth things. That's what they want. They don't want to hear the truth. But by not hearing the truth and not working on the truth is what's keeping us in the current situation that we are. You got to remember that Mashiach, the Most High Mashiach, is waiting on us to come together. So those little petty beefs you got with your brother, let it go. I'm not gonna say give your brother the opportunity to continue to do the same thing, but don't hold no animosities towards your brothers and your sisters. We got a war to fight. Just like you're dealing with situations and circumstances, so are they. It's time for us to come together as a people and overcome the situation that we're in. And with that, we need good leadership. And our leadership is in this book. So we need good teachers to teach this book. And the best teachers that there is the prophets in the I.S.U.P.K. There's because they're going to give you the truth. There's going to be no deviation, and it's going to keep you safe. So with that, I'm going to end this class. Shalom, Israel.